Welcome to episode 28 of Little Bobbins Knits. My name is Dani and you can find me on Ravelry and Instagram as Little Bobbins. We have a Ravelry group and it would be lovely if you came and joined. You can find that by searching Little Bobbins Knits in the groups tab in Ravelry, and show notes for the podcast can be found at littlebobbins.co.uk. So thank you so much for being here today, and I wanted to say a big thank you to everyone who's been in touch over the last week. It's really lovely to hear from you, and yeah, your messages really make me happy, so thank you. Thank you also to the new subscribers on Ravelry and new group members, but thank you the hugest amount to those of you who come back to the podcast week after week. It's just incredible to me, so thank you very much. I've got little Bobbin here. He's doing some very cute rolling around because I have a bag of treats and he's trying to entice me with his cuteness to give him a treat. So I'm probably going to have to very soon. What do you think, Bobbin? Should we give you a little treat? I've got these ones today. These ones were sent to us by... Oh, he just rolled over backwards. These ones were sent to us by Lena and Gustav of the A Wee Bit Nitty podcast. He just loves them. They're so delicious, aren't they, Bobbin? Can you come say hello? Oh, there's Bobbin. Such a sweet boy. So I hope you've all had a really lovely week this past week. Mine has been full of ups and downs, really. I had some really wonderful ups because I made lots of DPN cases, and I was expecting to have a little shop update segment today because I'd made lots, but they've all been bought, so thank you so much to everyone who came to my shop. That was just so... It was quite amazing. It was really, really exciting, and I hope you really enjoy using your DPN cozies and other things. So yeah, really, really exciting. They're all packaged up now and ready to get in the post today, so I can't show them to you, but thank you. I'll be making some more this week, so that's exciting. A sad thing, and I really didn't know whether to mention this, but it's really on my mind. It's just a bit yucky. I sold one of my products from my shop, my handmade things from my shop, to someone, and then a week later she'd opened an Etsy shop and is selling that very thing, looking remarkably like she's used mine as a pattern, and just doesn't sit right with me. It's just yucky. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed about that. I think I get really... I know that not all people have the same code of conduct, for want of a better phrase, as I do. And I know that not all people in this wonderfully rewarding, lovely, knitterly, crochet, yarny world that we have, I know that we're not all the same. I've learnt that definitely in person, which was disappointing, but so I know that, and I was just a bit sad about it. It's someone that I've chatted to and someone whose yarn I've knit into my blanket, and so I just wasn't expecting it. But these things only challenge you, don't they, when they are so opposing to your own ethics. So yeah, bit sad about that, but just got to move on now. Move on, get on, and keep trying. And we also had some more disappointment this week because desperately trying to move house, and it's like running up a hill with someone pouring treacle down the hill. It's just not working. Sticky. So yeah, it's been a really up and down week, but luckily the ups this week have given me a lot of joy. So that's been able to sort of counterbalance the not nice things. So anyway, that was my little week in review. I'm trying to fit this podcast in, and I keep on talking really slowly, and this is supposed to be a quick podcast because Mum could arrive at any minute. Today we're going to Danesfield House, which is in Marlow, which is not far from here at all, and Mum and I are having a champagne afternoon tea, which will be really lovely. It was David's Christmas present to Mum, two people to go to champagne afternoon tea, and luckily for me, I get to go. So it'd be really nice to spend time with Mum and have tiny little sandwiches and tiny little cakes and stuff. We went a couple of years ago for, I think it was my birthday. Oh no, it might have been when I graduated, I can't quite remember. But oh, actually, I think it was quite a few years ago. Scary time. And it was so lovely. It's in such a lovely setting and lovely views. I'll try and discreetly Instagram some pictures when I'm there, because it's all very pretty and lovely. And that's why I'm wearing a dress that's just not comfortable to be sat around in. But I thought I'd better get ready early so that I could get this fitted in. But yes, see? Rambling, even though I just haven't got time. And I figured if I didn't get it filmed today, then I probably wouldn't get time for the rest of the week. So anyway, this is all superfluous information. Let's just get on with what we're here for. So today I've got some works in progress, some lovely things. We'll announce the giveaway, hopefully, as long as Mum doesn't arrive. And that's it. So, my work's in progress. Bobbin's so tired, he's like right here. So sweet. My work's in progress. Now, I feel like I haven't got very much knitting done, and I think that's because I've mostly been working on one thing. So, although that doesn't really make sense, does it? Because usually we feel like we haven't got much done if we're working on, or me certainly, if I'm working on lots of different things, I sort of feel like nothing has had a substantial amount of work done on it, but this time, anyway. So, my first work in progress, are you a good boy? Oh, you're so lovely. Are my tweedy socks. These are out of the Regia Trend and Tweed Classic. I always get that in the wrong order. Let's see if I've got the ball band. Oh no, it's just the 4-ply tweed. And it's the grey with the lovely multicoloured flecks. It's colour 90. It's really, really lovely yarn. It's nice and soft. I've just been doing a plain sock, and I've knit this on my Carbons DPNs, but I've moved it over to Magic Loop so that I can get the other one started, because I just can't chance the second sock syndrome. Although I'm a bit unsure now. I love how it looks as a plain sock. Looks like it's going to be lovely and cosy, and those little tweedy flecks, bless you my baby, are so pretty. But Lena from A Wee Bit Nitty podcast has just started her tweedy socks. She's using a pattern from a book I have. I'll link it in the show notes. And I've had this book for years and years. I got it when we used to go to knitting groups at the lovely Taj Crafts, which was my first and favourite yarn shop. I've had the book since then, and I don't think I've ever knit one of the patterns, which is just silly. And Lena started knitting her socks using one of the patterns from that book, and it just looks fantastic. It's just the perfect pattern for the yarn. So every time I pick these up, I'm sort of thinking maybe I should rip it out and do that pattern instead. So I'm not sure. And then Kemper, who is Junk Yarn, Raybot, Junk Yarn podcast. Kemper has the Junk Yarn podcast on YouTube, and she's called Raybot on Ravelry and Instagram. And she gifted me her new sock pattern. Just going to try and find a picture. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. Her styling, the photography is just gorgeous. Here it is. And it's such a lovely pattern. It's called Bickerstrat. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you pronounce it. And I think that would look lovely in this tweed yarn as well. So I've been tempted to start that, to rip this back and start that pattern as well. So, I'm not sure what these will be by next week. I've got a bit of out and abouting to do this week, and it's good to have some plain socks to take. So they might stay as plain socks, but I'm not sure. I've cast on the other one, and I'm using the 2.25 carbons needles because I found the yarn to be a little bit slippery when I first started knitting it. And that lives in little Chihuahua DPN Cozy, which always makes me smile. So yes, we'll see. I'm not entirely sure about that project, whether it will still be that project next time. My next work in progress is my crochet hexie blanket. I think it's only got about 6, and I probably won't bring it out every week unless I do some sort of substantial work on it. But it's still so much fun. I just really, really love it. That's a new one. I love that. That's from Kim Squimbolina. It's hard to tell where the new ones are. It's easier on my knitted blanket because I usually put them in an order. But with these, I just slot them in wherever it seems to work. So that was my Regia tweed. Decided to put one of those in there. I'm not entirely sure which other ones are new. Oh, that one is. That was also from Kim. That's lovely, isn't it? That's the Manos Allegria, I think it's called. And I have had my eye on that yarn for ages. It's really, really soft. There's a lovely colourway that's purple and yellow. It's beautiful. So I've wanted that for a little while. I think I'm fantasising about it even more at the moment because I'm trying not to buy yarn. Which just means I buy other things. New needles, project bags. But anyway, the thought's there. And I haven't bought yarn, so that's pretty good work, I think. But yes, I'm not entirely sure which other ones have been added because they get added so randomly. But yeah, still really enjoying that. Just going to have a sip of my tea. I've got some love tea today, so I felt like I needed it a bit. Rose, chamomile and lavender. It's really nice. So my next work in progress is my Pebble Beach shawl. This is by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmade podcast, blog, and designer behind the Curious Handmade patterns. Helen designed the Pebble Beach shawl last year, and now she's bringing out 2 more sizes, a medium and a large. And I'm test knitting the large. I think I can hear Mum. Or maybe not. Mum's got a mini, a proper old mini, and so you can hear her coming from a road just over there. You can hear her chugging along. It's such a lovely car. Yeah, but no, that's not her. That could be a lorry, because they kind of sound similar. Anyway, oh dear, focus. Yes, so this is the Pebble Beach shawl, and I'm knitting it in the uncommon thread, Heavenly Lace, which is 70% baby alpaca, 20% silk and 10% cashmere in the Salty Air colourway. And this yarn's beautiful. It's in a gorgeous sort of dark teal colour. And I've got to 40% now, and I just can't wait to give this a really good block and see how it looks, because this sort of fine lace just changes so much, doesn't it, when it's blocked. It's just going to look like a completely different thing. But there are a lot of stitches on my needles, and there's a lot of fabric being made, and I'm not even halfway through. So I think this shawl is going to be a lovely big size. And I was actually thinking, my cousin is getting married in June, and I'm wearing a dress that's sort of this colour but much, much lighter. I was wondering whether this shawl would go with that outfit. Hope so. So I'm knitting this on some carbons. I'm using 3.75mm needles. I was knitting it on my Chiaogu spin bamboo interchangeables, but where the needle gets screwed into the cable, there was a real jump. I should have bought it to show you, but I think I put it away. There was a real jump, so it sort of went along and then out. Obviously not that much, but sort of. And I was just finding that the tiny, tiny little stitches were getting stuck, and I was having to really coax them over, and it was making everything a bit slower than it needed to be. So I thought I would try some carbons. So I bought a set of these with an 80cm cable, which is the ones that I usually buy if they're fixed, because then you can use them for magic loop, or you can use them for a flat thing, and the cord's not too over the top long. And the join is much, much better. It's much more tapered, which is making getting the stitches over much easier. So I'm actually really enjoying these. Carbons have never been my favourite needle, because I've found that they have a bit more drag than I usually like. But I think it's just, for me, it just sort of shows that different needles can be so great for different yarns and different projects. And these, I'm enjoying the project so much more because I've changed over to these needles. I wasn't enjoying it as much on the other needles, but with these, I'm absolutely loving it. So now I'm really tempted to get a set of these, because they are rather lovely. I'm knitting 2 of my projects on carbons at the moment, and really, really enjoying them. I like the tips. They're not as pointy as the higher sharps, but they're pointy enough to still be useful for different stitch manipulations. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying these. And they make a really nice sound when you knit. If you like silent knitting, then they're probably not for you, but they make a really lovely clicky sound, which I love. When I'm knitting lace, I always put my needles in one of my DPN holders, because I've had experiences of needles getting caught in the sort of open work lace stitches and pulling them, and it's no fun, so I keep it all safely tucked away. So I'll do some more of that today. I'm really, really enjoying it. And Mum came over on Friday and was wearing the Pebble Beach that I knit her last year. So I stole it from her and thought I would save it to show you. This is the small shawlette size. This was knit with some hand spun yarn. I got a lovely braid of a gradient type dye. What's that word? I can't think. But the braid was dyed in a gradient, so it went from pink to cream to this sort of, what colour would you call that? Maybe taupe. Really, really light. And I split the braid in half. It was a merino and tencel braid, I think, so it's got a bit of shine to it, which is lovely. I split the braid in half down the middle, and then I spun each half straight onto a bobbin, trying to get the same sort of thickness, so that when they came together I wanted the colours, or the largest part of the colours, to stay next to each other. So going pink pink, and then cream cream, and then the sort of taupe. And I think it worked really well. There are bits where the pink goes into the cream, but I think that helps with the, it helps it not to be a really sharp line, so it doesn't go pink cream. It goes sort of pink, pinky cream, and then into cream. And the same happens with the taupe and the white. So yeah, it sort of helps it blend rather than having a sharp change line. But I knit this one last year, pretty much straight after, I think as soon as I got back from Unwind Brighton, because the pattern was in the programme from Unwind Brighton last year, I think as soon as I got home I cast this on, and it was just a lovely knit. I don't think it took very long. It was nice and quick because you get lots of plain rows, which makes it really simple, and the pattern set out so nicely that it just makes it a really easy and pleasant one to knit. And then that lovely picot edge. I love picot edge. It is. So yes, I thought I would bring that and show you. So that's the smallest size, knit with a fingering weight yarn. And Mum wears this an awful lot. It's one of her favourites, I think. So that's lovely. She'll be happy because I can give that back to her today. So my last work in progress is only half, well, only a fraction my work in progress. Mum has finished, I don't know if you watched the episode where Mum was on, but she was telling us about a quilt she was making for her friend's daughter's baby. And we've made a few of these quilts in the past. I sometimes design them, although I didn't design this one. And Mum makes the quilt top. I embroider the name and the weight and date of birth of the baby on the quilt. And then Mum does the rest. So I have a fraction of the work that Mum does. But Mum has finished the quilt top now, so I thought I would show you. It seems to be covered in bobbin hair, so let's just try and ignore that, shall we? I should have de-haired it before I showed you. But yes, it's ready for me to embroider now. And I have no idea what you can see because I'm right behind it, but let's see if I can peek. So there's the tree and the kite, which is what I'll embroider the name on, and that black line will be a quilted line. Little bird in the tree, and the little girl, the flowers, and the lovely flowery ground that she's on that matches the tree up here. So yes, I'll be embroidering that this week. But it's so sweet, such a lovely little quilt. So I thought I would bring that and show you. I tried to persuade Mum to come on, but she's not ready yet. So hopefully she'll come on again soon, but she wasn't ready today. So that's all of my works in progress. On to lovely things. Right, so I received a lovely package from Robin, who is 92 or 22. I think it's 92. I'm so bad at remembering the numbers of things. But Robin and I were partners in the Cup Cozy Swap. Robin has recently started a podcast actually. She's called The Bookish Knitter and it's on YouTube. And it's a really lovely podcast. I'll put links in the show notes. Yeah, I'm really enjoying hers. She's only on the 2nd episode, I think. But yeah, it's really lovely, so do go and take a watch. But yes, we were paired in the Cup Cozy Swap, and this is what I got from Robin. Lovely little cup cozy with bubbles. Lovely buttons, and it fits my mug perfectly. And she also sent me a little bird of happiness, and this was out of her very early handspun, which I just think is so special. I think that my first efforts at spinning are either in the bin or perhaps wrapped around a toilet roll at Mum's in some bucket somewhere, some big box. But if you do start spinning, please keep your early handspun or do something with it, or keep some sort of record, some sort of photograph, because it's so special to be able to see the start of that adventure, I think. I wish I knew where mine was. So I just thought that was incredibly special. Such an exciting trip, learning to spin. So that was lovely. She also sent me some lovely tea bags wrapped in this really cute ribbon. Oh, don't want any to fall out. So what have we got in here? Oh, an orange tea, which I really like. Earl Grey is one of my favourites. Prince of Wales tea, I'm not sure what that is. Black tea. I love black teas. English breakfast, which is yummy. And chai, which just smells gorgeous. So they're lovely. And we also agreed to swap some minis, because Robin is working on a crochet granny square scrap blanket, and I've obviously got a couple of scrap blankets on the go, so these will be really lovely. And she got one of these skeins. Is it this one? Or maybe this one? In a shop in Oxford, and Oxford is really, really not far from me. She lives in America, but she was studying in Oxford and got one of these yarns while she was here, so I thought that was really fun that it's travelled all the way to America and now it's come back to 30 minutes from Oxford. So I thought that was lovely, and she recommended a yarn shop that I haven't been to in Oxford, which is great. I'm going to have to try and get there, definitely. I do like a little yarn shop trip. So yeah, really, really lovely package. I was just so thrilled with it. And I love my little cosy. This was the pattern is a free pattern, but they encourage you to donate some money to a charity, which is very important to us. So it meant even more. That was just very special. So yes, I need to put that in the thread. Thank you so much, Robin. It was such a lovely package to open. I'm just thrilled with it. And thank you so much to everyone who joined in with the Cup Cozy Swap. I'm hoping that most of you should have your packages by now. And if you don't, I hope they're on the way. It's been a lovely one to watch in the thread because people have really made an effort to make it really special for the person that they've sent to, and that's just been so lovely to see. So thank you for doing that. It made the swap so wonderful to watch and be part of. So another lovely thing, I was gifted another pattern, and this one was from Daniela. My phone's having a little episode. Daniela Richardson, who's Caffeinated Gert, and she sent me a copy of her April Showers hat pattern, which is just lovely. It's a really lovely pattern, really great sort of transitional hat, not a heavy warm woolly hat, but perfect one for this time of year or early autumn. So that's really lovely. It's knitted in a DK, so I'm having a think about what DK yarns I've got. It's not one that I tend to stash, so I'll have to have a look. Or maybe get some new when I'm allowed again. So thank you, Daniela. So on Saturday, David and I went to Stitchery-Doo again in Wokingham. I wanted to get some more fabrics because a few of the DPN cases that I sold out of, that's Mum, can you hear her? Can you hear the car? You might not be able to, it's so loud. A few of the DPN cozies that I sold out of, I just loved the fabrics so much that I really wanted to get some more, because I didn't save any for me and I'd quite like to keep one, and so I had to get some more. This elephant one is one of my particular favourites, and it's lined with this multicoloured hearts. So I got some of that, and I also found they had it in yellow, which I thought was lovely. I'm not sure what I'll line that with. I really like purple and yellow together, lilac and yellow, so that might get a lilac lining, which I think will be fun. I also got this lovely clockwork mouse, and I got it in white too, which is so cute. That's Mum, she's going to shout hello soon. And this is one of my favourites that I also sold out of. I think this looks so cute on the DPN cozies. I'm going to line it with this really cute ball print fabric. And I got a few others. I thought this was lovely and springy. And also in the blue. I'll probably line those with a yellow and white polka dot. Thought they were pretty. Mum's coming. Hi Mum.
Hi darling.
You can, I'm just podcasting.
Sorry?
I'm just podcasting.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine, you can come in.
No, that's alright, I'll wait downstairs.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you too. I also got this one, which I thought was really lovely and would be really interesting at the sort of small scale. I thought the pattern would be really interesting. Kind of reminds me of fossils, but it's flowers. And this sweet little bird one, that's upside down, isn't it? And then these two. I love these colours, I think they're so pretty. I thought with that as the lining would be really nice. So yes, that was very fun. And Bobbin came in, as he always does, which is one of the reasons that we go there, because it's so lovely being able to take him in. So I think I will go now, go and see my mum, and I will come back and record who won the giveaway later. Or if I don't get a chance, I might say goodbye and draw for it next week. Hopefully I'll get a chance, but we'll see. But thank you so much to everyone who entered. Oh, I forgot one of my lovely things. I got this cute little bag from Lulu. Her shop is on Etsy and it's called Shop Lulu. I'll put links in the show notes. Do you remember last week she's donated a bag to give away, and I loved the size, so I had to get one for me, and it's just so cute. Lovely fabric, and it's the perfect size for one sock out and about. There's that card. So yeah, that's really lovely. And we'll start the giveaway for that bag next week, I think. So yes, I'll go now, and I might add in the giveaway winner later on. We're back. So, let's draw for the prize, for the giveaway. So, the giveaway was from Deb at Fondant Fibre. She sent us a beautiful skein of Elliot DK, which is a superwash BFL and mulberry silk blend in the Honeymoon in Paris colourway. It's just gorgeous. And also one of her handmade knitter's soaps. This is in the mahogany scent, and it smells lovely. So I have set up random number generator. Let's have a look, and we have got numbers 2 to 217. And thank you so much to everyone who entered. It was such a fun thread to read, and yeah, made me want to watch lots of films and buy lots of film related paraphernalia. So it's 2 to 217. Generate, and that's generated 173. So let's find out who 173 is. I'll go back to the thread. Right, so 173. Oh, it's Seaside Girl. Caroline, congratulations. Oh, and she suggested a TV series rather than a film, and she would like a Friends themed kit. The yarn could contain the colours of the title, or perhaps be based on the purple and shabby chic style of Monica's apartment. There could be a set of mug cup stitch markers in a project bag featuring the New York skyline. Oh, isn't that fantastic? Oh, brilliant. So very, very big congratulations, Caroline. Do get in touch with your address. Although I think I have it. But yeah, get in touch with the address, your address anyway. And I'll get that sent to you really, really soon. Oh, that's very exciting. But yeah. So congratulations, Caroline. And thank you so much for everyone who joined in with it. It was such a fun thread to read. And thank you so much to Deb, who donated the lovely prizes for us. It's a real joy to be able to spread the goodness from such kind people to other kind people. So yeah, very exciting. Right, so we'll go again now. Got to go and get ready for afternoon tea. Bobbin's not coming. You can't come, can you, Bobbin? You don't drink champagne, do you? So I hope you have a really lovely week, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.